Hi, I'm Tlish, and you're watching Coffee and Clix, a YouTube channel all about the game of Heroclix. I hope you enjoy my content. If you do, please subscribe. This YouTube channel has set reviews, interviews, unboxings, games, and even more. Stay tuned for the next video, and don't forget, wake up and smell the Clix. Hi, I'm Tlish, and you're watching Coffee and Clix. Today we're going to be doing a special team build with Tlish video. I'm going to be trying to represent all of the main characters from Guardians of the Galaxy. So this team, it's a Silver Age, 300-point Silver Age, kind of casual team, but be careful if you're playing this team in casual play because there are some chases, and there's a chase, there's a super rare prime, there is some retaliation. So, you know, you want to be, I guess, check with your play group and make sure all of those things are okay when you're playing this in casual. But this, it's a 300-point Silver Age Guardians of the Galaxy theme team. So let's jump right in and take a look at the first figure. So the first figure I have here is Drax. He is 45 points. There's his sculpt right there. Drax is, he has a trait, I will not fight that creature, unless Drax is the only character on your force when he would KO or an opposing character with an attack. Instead, turn them to their last non-KO click and heal Drax 2 clicks. So very flavorful there. He has the Guardians of the Galaxy team ability, which means that combat values can't be modified by opposing effects. He has a defense power. I didn't kill you, you killed you. Super senses. When Drax uses it and succeeds, after resolutions, deal the attacker 1 penetrating damage, protected outwit. Real name Arthur Douglas. So this is the Drax. I mean, I guess we're trying to go for all of the main characters from Guardians of the Galaxy. So now we have Drax. He's got 10 speed with charge, 11 attack with blades, 18 defense with that defensive special, 2 damage with empower, which is nice when you need empower to get in there with close attacks with some of the other figures. He does have 2 targets, so he can close attack on 2 targets. So that's Drax right there. Let's take a look at the next figure. So we have Mantis. We'll put Mantis right there. Mantis also has the Guardians of the Galaxy keyword, which is going to be the theme for this team. She's got a rally trait, friendly 2s. So if you roll a 2 on your friendly attack rolls, you can put a rally dice on her. Free, remove one of Mantis's rally dice to remove an action token from a friendly character within range and line of fire. So that's really good because it's almost like kind of like leadership. Although you can move her before and position her before you do it because it is a free action to do. So you can take tokens off of friendly characters, which can definitely come in handy. She's also a cheap perplex. She's only 25 points. She has 8 speed, 10 attack with double target incapacitate, 17 defense with super senses, and 2 damage with perplex. So she has that perplex. If you need perplex, that will be very valuable on this team. Okay, so we have Mantis and we have Drax, 2 of the stars from the most recent Guardians of the Galaxy, I guess, Christmas special that just came out. Highly recommend watching that. That was pretty good. I liked it. Let's take a look at the next figure. You know, you can't have Guardians of the Galaxy without Star-Lord. So here's Star-Lord. These are all three of these figures are from the Avengers Forever Marvel Heroclix Avengers Forever set. So and they're not very hard to acquire. This is only a rare. So Drax is an uncommon, Mantis is a common, and Star-Lord is a rare. So here is Star-Lord. Star-Lord has the recruiter trait. We're not really going to worry about the recruiter trait, but if you wanted to play recruiters, you definitely could on this team, and that would I'm not going to go over like possible sideline figures or anything like that, but this is how recruiter works. It says power. Choose a character with the Guardians of the Galaxy keyword in your KO area that hasn't been chosen for chosen for or generated by a recruiter effect. If you do, generate a character with the Guardians of the Galaxy keyword from your sideline that has a lower point value than the chosen character. This game, the generated character can't be replaced, and your opponent scores them immediately instead of when it's KO'd. So you can bring a character in from outside the game, or from your sideline, sorry. You can bring a character in from your sideline when one of your characters is KO'd. Also, you have a attack power. So Star-Lord has an attack power, special attack power. At the beginning of your turn, choose 2. Star-Lord can use the chosen effects until he uses them, until he chooses again. Energy Explosion, Precision Strike, Pulse Wave, or Star-Lord has free knock back all adjacent opposing characters 2 squares. So you get to choose 2 of those. That's really good. The Pulse Wave can be really good in certain situations. It's kind of like a multi-tool for Star-Lord. He is going to be a hefty attacker. We're going to use him at 100 points. So he's got 8 speed with flying, 12 attack, 18 defense with energy, shield deflection, 4 damage with leadership, 6 range with 3 targets. He does have that Guardians of the Galaxy team ability, so his values can't be modified by opposing effects. You're still going to want to keep him relatively safe out of harm's way, because even though he's 100 points and he has 9 clicks of life, he only has energy, shield deflection, and that is outwittable. So you want to keep him out of harm's way, so that you want him to be like shooting your opposing characters or using range attacks, but not really in the thick of things, because you don't want him to get KO'd. That's a lot of points. 100 points is a lot of points to give up. But he's kind of like your 3rd strongest attacker on this team. So we're going to look at our next figure is Rocket Raccoon. So far we have Drax, Mantis, Star-Lord. So here I'm going to use the Chase Rocket Raccoon from, and we'll slide these down a little bit. I'm going to use the Chase Rocket Raccoon from Marvel Heroclix Avengers War of the Realms. Now, if you're not playing with chases, there is another 50-point Rocket Raccoon that you can use. So, keep that in mind when you're building this team, that if you wanted to build a powered down version, you can use a different Rocket Raccoon. I'm pretty sure there is a modern Rocket Raccoon that is 50 points. But so far we have Drax at 45, Mantis at 25, Star-Lord at 100, and Rocket Raccoon at 50. This is the Chase from War of the Realms. This is what his card says. Real name, Rocket. Trait, Too Cold for You, Furless Wonders. Plasticity, opposing characters within 4 squares and line of fire. Consider Rocket Raccoon adjacent for movement purposes. Attack power, Energy Explosion. When Rocket Raccoon uses it after resolutions, give each hit character an action token. So that can be really good, giving everybody action tokens. Then he has a damage power, Outwit. Once per turn for all characters with this effect. When Rocket Raccoon uses Outwit after resolutions, deal the targeted character 1 damage if it has 1 or more action tokens. So that's also really good, because that's free damage. So just by using Outwit, if the target has an action token or 2, you can just deal them damage. You can deal them 1 damage. So just by using Outwit. The plasticity power is really good. The energy explosion power is very good, and the Outwit power is excellent as well. So we'll take a look at his stats. Here is Rocket Raccoon for 50 points, 8 speed, 12 attack with 8 speed with running shot, 12 attack with that energy explosion power, 18 defense with super senses, 3 damage with that Outwit power, and 7 range with 3 targets, which is really good range. You know, it's a little short on the speed. He's only got 8 speed, so he can running shot 4, but then he can shoot that 7, and he's really good value for 50 points. He's definitely gonna be one of the stronger characters on your force. You're definitely gonna want to utilize him as much as you can, and he also has that Guardian's team ability, so you cannot reduce or modify. Opposing effects cannot reduce or modify his combat values. So there is Rocket Raccoon. So we have Drax, 45 points, Mantis, 25 points, Star-Lord, 100 points, Rocket Raccoon at 50 points. Now here's another one that's might be, you know, you might say, I don't want to really use this in a casual game. This is going to be Gamora. I have the Gamora Prime from Avengers War of the Realms. This is the Gamora Prime. She comes in at 60 points, but there are other Gamoras that are 60 points. So if you don't want to use this super rare Prime, because she is pretty powerful, and if you're playing a casual game and you don't want to use her, then you can also use another 60-point Gamora, and they do make them, and they are modern legal. So there's really only one figure in this team. So far, this team is modern legal. There's only one figure, and I'll show you that figure next, that makes us a Silver Age team. So here is Gamora Prime. She's set number 47B from War of the Realms. Real name Gamora. Trait, the deadliest Thor in Battle World. When Gamora targets more than one character with an attack, instead of dividing the damage, she may deal her printed damage value to each hit target. So that's pretty insane. I mean, she gets to, if you look at the back of her card, she's 60 points. She's 60 points. So she's got a 10 speed charge, flying, 11 attack, 18 defense, and 3 damage with exploit weakness, which means penetrating damage from close. She has 3 targets and she has 7 range. So if she charges in and hits 3 different targets, she's dealing them all 3 penetrating damage, which is pretty insane with that trait. So we'll take a look at her other traits. Once per turn, when an opposing character within 4 squares makes an attack, give Gamora an evidence token. Free, remove 2 evidence tokens to place Gamora adjacent to an opposing character within 4 squares and then make an attack. So free attacks are always good. You know, that might happen sometime within the course of the game. You might be able to get a free attack off with her. And then her attack power is when Gamora targets a single character with an attack, they can't use defense powers. So, and then she has a defense power, combat reflexes, and impervious. So the attack power there that she also has on her first click, if you look at click number 4, her attack power, she's got 11 attack there. So yeah, you can charge up and you can do 3 damage to all 3 targets. You can do that, or if you decide to just target one target, if you decide to just attack one target, she's dealing that 3 damage, but that target doesn't get to use any defense powers. That includes stop clicks if they happen to be on the defense part of the dial. So anything that's a defense power would not be able to be used. It just turns them off. So really potent effect. Gamora also has the Guardian's team ability. So this entire team has the Guardian's team ability, and Gamora has the PD team ability, the police team ability. So if you pair her with somebody like Star-Lord or Rocket that can shoot, that can make range attacks. She can make it easier for them to hit. So she's really good for 60 points. Probably going to be the best attacker on your team. She's only got 4 clicks, but you know, you have to be careful with her. But that's with all the figures. You have to be careful with them as you're playing. She does have combat reflexes and impervious to help her get into the mix of things. But for 60 points, she's pretty insane. She can deal out a lot of damage. If you think this is too potent for your 300-point Silver Age, I guess casual-ish game, then you can replace her for another 60-point Gamora. There are other good ones. So I just wanted to use her because I like these two figures. I like Rocket Raccoon and Gamora. So far we have Drax, we have Mantis, we have Star-Lord, we have Rocket Raccoon, we have Gamora. We are well represented in the Guardians of the Galaxy universe, I guess. Many of the main characters from Guardians of the Galaxy that most people think of. But we're forgetting one, and this is what makes it Silver Age. You could probably guess. We have 20 points left over. You could probably guess which figure is coming up next. It's going to be the Colossal Groot. So I'll put him here so that you can... let me move everybody over a little bit. So here is Groot. Well, let me put him. Actually, I'll put him behind. He's colossal. He can stand above everybody. There we go. So there's Groot. Let's take a look at his card. So he only has 1 click of life. This is a colossal. Okay. If Groot is part of a Guardians of the Galaxy theme team, he has protected outwit this game. Otherwise, he modifies his attack and defense +1 this game. So actually, most people are familiar with this super rare from Avengers Infinity. Most people are familiar with using him on cosmic teams. But this time we're using him on a Guardians of the Galaxy theme team. So he's actually getting protected outwit, and he's not getting the +1 attack to his attack and defense, which I think it makes him a little bit weaker. I think it's better to have that +1 attack and defense. But you know, we're doing a Guardians of the Galaxy theme, so you know, we're just gonna have fun with him. So at the beginning of the game, you may generate a Dr. Leslie Evans bystander in an opponent's starting area that's friendly to their force. If you do, generate 2 Walking Wood bystanders. Whenever Groot hits 1 or more characters with an attack, after resolutions, generate a Walking Wood bystander, maximum 5 on the map. So those Walking Wood bystanders are very good. They have flurry, they have plasticity. So you're going to want to generate that Dr. Leslie Evans in your opponent's starting area. You definitely will want to do that so that you can start with 2 Walking Woods on your team. Okay. He has an attack power, Colossal Retaliation, free. If no other Colossal Retaliation power has been activated this turn, choose an opposing character that attacked Groot or damaged a friendly character since your last turn. Place Groot such that he can make a close attack targeting the chosen character, then do so. And his defense power is Stop Toughness. If Groot began the game on the 20-point starting line, he can't attack smaller characters except via Colossal Retaliation. So you do have to remember that Groot can't attack smaller size characters this game, because we are starting him on his Colossal Retaliation click on his 20-point line. He's only 20 points. He's only got 1 click. So he can't attack characters that have a smaller size, unless you're using his retaliation power. Okay, but that retaliation power is very potent. You know, if one of their characters damaged one of your characters last turn, or if they attacked Groot, then you can just place Groot anywhere on the map so that they can make a close attack targeting that character that damaged them. Okay, so that could be very powerful because you know, you just kind of place him where he needs to make the attack. So Groot on his 20-point line, you can see his very last click there, right here. It's 3 speed. He has 3 speed, 10 attack, 17 defense, and 3 damage with leadership. So you know, free attacks is always good. You can retaliate with him. It is only a 10 attack. For 3 damage though, but if you do hit that attack, that's 3 free damage with Groot. It does not take an action to do that. So yeah, Groot is just going to be good on your team for that retaliation power. You know, somebody hits Gamora and then you want to come over with Groot and hit with Groot. And then if he does land the attack, if he does land that hit, he gets to generate a walking wood. Let's take a look at those walking wood bystanders. So Leslie Evans, your opponent gets a free outwit, that Leslie Evans. But the walking woods, if you take a look at them, you start with 2 of them already. They have sidestep, and they have their speed power is all timber is under my control, flurry, plasticity, and sidestep. So they can tie someone up with their plasticity. They have sidestep, they have flurry, so you do have to worry about them as attackers. They have 10 attack, 3 damage. They have shape change, so you know they don't easily go down because they do have the shape change. So they can really be good to tie up your opponent if you get them into battle. If you can quickly get them into battle. The walking woods are what make Groot really good because you start with 2 of them, and then every time you hit with that retaliation power, you can generate 1 more. And then as soon as they're generated, they can attack. So there's your team right there. That's the Guardians of the Galaxy theme team. We have Drax at 45 points, Mantis at 25, Star-Lord at 100, Rocket Raccoon at 50, Gamora at 60, and Groot at 20. This is a +6 Guardians of the Galaxy theme team. And I'm Tlish. Don't forget, as always, wake up and smell the Clix.